Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I want to show you one of the Excel-based accounting systems I'm currently developing for small businesses. This system is still simple, but the idea behind it is very practical. A business owner contacted me recently and asked for an Excel system that could help him manage stock, sales, and account balances like cash, bank, and mobile money. He did not ask for something complicated. He just wanted a simple way to understand what is happening in his business every day. And that's where the idea started. So, after understanding the problem, I started designing this system. Here, I started with a simple dashboard. This dashboard gives the business owner a quick view of the most important numbers in the business. We can see money in the bank, mobile money, cash, stock value, customer debts, supplier debts, sales, and expected profit. And this is very important because in a small business, the owner does not always need a complicated report. Sometimes they just need to know how much money do I have, how much stock do I have, who owes me, and who do I owe. That's what this dashboard is trying to answer. We also have daily sales, monthly sales, low stock products, and products that are completely out of stock. So instead of opening many sheets and checking information manually, the owner can come here and quickly understand the situation of the business. Now, let me show you how the system works. I added these buttons to make the system easier to use. Each button takes the user to a different form, depending on what they want to record. For example, we can add a product, add the stock, record the sale, record an expense, transfer money between accounts, view reports, check stocks, and manage debts. So let's start with something simple. Let's add a new product. When I click Add Product, the system opens this form. Here, the product ID is generated automatically. This means the user does not have to think about creating product numbers manually. The system checks the last product in the database and creates the next ID. For example, here we have product P004, which means there are already 3 products in the system. Now we can enter product name, category, unit, cost price, selling price, and a reorder level. Let me add a hardware product called Amabati. I enter the category, the unit, the cost price, the selling price, and at the minimum stock level. Then I click Save. Now the product is saved in the system. But this is an important point. Saving the product does not mean we already have it in stock. It only means the product has been created in the system. So the next step is to record the stock purchase. Let's go back to the dashboard and add this product into stock. I click Add Stock. Here I select the product ID. Then the product name will populate automatically. Enter the quantity purchased, select the supplier, choose the payment account, and save the transaction. Watch what happens after saving. The dashboard updates automatically. The bank balance goes down because you use bank money to pay for the stock. At the same time, the stock value goes up because you have added products into the business. This is the part I like most about building systems like this. One simple action updates different parts of the business at the same time. The user does not need to calculate everything manually. The system does the work in the background. And this is where Excel starts becoming more than a normal spreadsheet. It becomes a small business system. Now, the same logic applies to sales. When we record a sale, the system reduces the stock, increases the sales amount, updates the payment account, and can also track customer debts if the customer buys on credit. So each transaction is connected. That's the goal. Not just entering data, but making sure the data updates the business records correctly. We can also record expenses. If the business pays rent, transport, electricity, or any other expense, we can record it here. The selected account balance will be reduced and the expense will be available in the reports. This helps the owner know where the money is going. Another useful part is money transfer. Sometimes a business owner may take money from the bank and put it into cash, or transfer money from mobile money to bank. So instead of just changing balances manually, we record the transfer. The system reduces one account and increases the other account. This keeps the record clean and easier to follow. Let's look at the reports. The reports are still simple, but they give important information. We can see daily sales, monthly sales, expenses, stock value, customer debt, supplier debt, and account balances. For this client, this was already useful because his main goal was to track stock and money accounts. But I also added account receivable and account payable. Account receivable means money customers owe the business. Account payable means money the business owes the supplier. These two reports help the business owner understand the real financial position of the business, because sometimes you may have money in cash, but you also owe suppliers, or customers may owe you money, but the cash is not yet available. These reports help to make the picture clear. Let me show the stock report. When I click View Stock, the system shows the products in the stock, their quantity, and their status. We can see which products are available, which products are low in stock, and which products are completely out of stock. This is useful because the owner can know what needs to be restocked before it becomes a problem. For small businesses, stock control is very important. If you do not know what is in stock, you can easily lose sales, overbuy products, or fail to know where your money is going. This simple report can solve a real business problem. There is still one small issue I need to fix here. Because the sheet is protected, sometimes the refresh button needs permission to run properly. I will correct that by allowing the refresh process to work even when the sheet is protected. You build, you test, you find small issues, and I improve the system. Let's look at the customer debt. When a customer buys on credit, the amount is recorded as a customer debt. Later, when the customer pays, we can open the customer payment form, select the date, choose the payment method, and save the payment. Now, when the payment is saved, the cash, bank, or mobile money balance is updated. At the same time, the customer debt is reduced or cleared completely. So the owner does not need to keep checking books manually to know who has paid and who still owes the business. Everything is recorded in one system, and that's the real value of this kind of Excel application. It is not about making Excel look complicated. It is about making business work easier. The system is simply collecting information through forms, saving it in the right tables, and showing the results in a simple visual way. This is why I believe Excel can be more than just a spreadsheet. When designed well, Excel can become a practical business application. For a small business that is not yet ready to invest in advanced software, an Excel-based system can be a very good starting point. It can help manage their operations, reduce manual work, improve control, and give the owner a better understanding of the business. This system is still ongoing. I want to keep improving it so that the accounting side becomes more complete and more structured. But even this simple version, it already helps track stock, sales, cash, bank, mobile money, customer debts, supplier debts, and basic reports. And that's the power of building practical Excel systems for real business problems. Thank you for watching. If you are interested in Excel-based business systems, stock systems, POS systems, accounting trackers, dashboards, and automation, make sure to subscribe because I'll be sharing more practical examples from the systems I built. Thank you very much, and I love you so much. Bye-bye.